Are we live? Okay, we're live. Well, there's an interesting shot to open the stream up with.
There's an interesting shot to open the stream up with.
I swear I muted that fucking thing. Okay. This game is not suitable for children who are easily, or those who are easily disturbed. Okay. Luckily, I am neither of those things. Good evening. I don't know dick about this game. I've heard people talk about it. I've heard people say it's good. I had no idea. I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea what goes on. I don't know dick about Doki Doki. Doki Doki. It's a literature club. What's so disturbing about that? What are they, reading 50 Shades of Grey? Or Twilight? Or Ready Player 2? I don't know. So, yeah, after the procession of chivalry last night, we're going to keep going with goofy games that I don't know anything about with Doki Doki Literature Club. Again, I have no clue. Uh-oh. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Anxiety or depression? Oh, that's a tough choice. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled for settings menu at any time. I don't want spoilers. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and that you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content? What the fuck is this game? All I see are 4 little anime hotties. What the fuck? I feel like I'm... Okay. Oh, Serenity Forge. Yeah, I'm really feeling serene after all those warnings. Look at... Wow! Okay, seriously? How is this game disturbing, other than being really cute? We'll speed up that text. I don't know what that means. Dialogue box size we'll bring up. Okay. What do you think? Enable no, don't enable content warnings. Okay. English language, good. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, it's a perky. How is this gonna disturb me and depress me? Hey, look, if it's a dating sim, like, I deal with rejection all the time. That's my bread and butter. Uh-oh, you might get a green screen. Hold on. Should I go with Thomas? I'm gonna go with Thomas. I would normally put MST3K in there, but... Why not? If I'm gonna get humiliated, I might as well use my real name. Hey! Oh, okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Am I really going to voice all these Japanese girls? I overslept again! But I got you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Thomas. Oh boy, here we go. If I had a nickel for every time I called myself mean, or dumb, or an asshole. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or anything. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Shut up. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Thomas, have you decided to join a club yet? Oh, what? Have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? Do you even know me? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Huh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I would dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, but I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. This game's getting a little too meta for my tastes. Uh-huh! I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize and have any skills before college. Or after. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Oh man, am I too old to get the damn lingo in this game? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I get myself lectured? Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised to even let myself relent to her. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's so odd that I find my will weakening in the face of pretty girls. What is that? It's called being a man, boy. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Phew, I wish. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Diamonds. Hearts. Spades. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Thank you, Sayori. You don't need to... Oh, you don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. No, what? Why are you blushing like that? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori, I think we're seeing too much of each other. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest in after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well... I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just cunning to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Let's sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? You know my weakness. Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Boy, do I know that feeling. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, a new member's here! I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Oh my god. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says such nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Thomas, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Could your vest be any tighter, young lady? All words escape me at this situation. There are too many breasts staring at me. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. You have the berserk symbol tattooed on your forehead. Oh no. That's actually the monarch symbol. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her when she gets moody. Oh, Ken, you can just ignore her. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest of the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, well, it's nice to meet both of you. Like, really, really nice. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Oh, boy. That's right. It's great to see you again, Thomas. Yeah, you too, Monica. Good lord. Monica smiles sweetly and presents. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, and bursting out of her top. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little... boing. Yeah, you too, Monica. Come sit down, Thomas. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and then one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Fucking anime games. Oh, sorry. I got a bot in the chat trying to sell me followers. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Ah! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea. Oh, I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. Oh, that was Monica. Shit into a 28. I'm never gonna keep this straight. It's delicious! Sayori walks and talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good! Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. Calm down, everybody. I give up on Natsuke's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set? Wait, that's me. God damn it. I suck. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Sorry. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least get to enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Install a stripper pole. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader at the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. With this pose. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica's a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Jesus, sorry about that. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Just to find these three, excuse me. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. I'm sorry, I wanted to see if that was actual dialogue. So, Thomas, what kinds of things do you like to read? Oh, God, don't say manga, don't say manga, don't say manga. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Son of a bitch! Manga? I muttered myself quietly, half joking. Natsuke's head suddenly perks up. Perk! It looks as if she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile and hurt breasts. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of the teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Do I tell her I read Lord of the Rings for like the 30th time last month? The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. I'm just staring at her. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. That's my girl! Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at the minimal level. Now, I just finished reading Dracula for God knows the what time. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, I just... Natsuke's eyes dot opened to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually don't like to write... Wait. Usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuke? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give me that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Bow, bow, bow. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Come on, you gotta have one poem about Godzilla. I'd eat it up. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing makes more than takes more than just confidence. I have got to get my shit together. My voice is fucked, and I'm reading like shit. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Nani? I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Awkward, thick, sexy silence. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Nani? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Thomas? Whatever you say, baby. Monika smiles warmly at me once again, and my pants get tight. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth and say what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, okay. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Look at this lineup. Yeah, I got another club. It's full of guys, and, all we do is sweat. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stand back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Thomas! you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Yeah, no shit. Get used to it, buddy. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when when it's like this? Oof. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to get to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. And not because you're all cute. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. And my spank bubbles full. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Wish it was the motorboat club. I gotta delete that joke. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over me once more. Thomas, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. No, you don't. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. That's not anxiety. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yori and Natsuke clean up their food. Hey, Thomas. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuke, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Yes! What the fuck do you need for happiness? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find... What? Dude, you stepped in the biggest pile of good fortune dog shit. Are you kidding me? And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky and find a club with 5 hot girls. Time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Unstable, heartbeat, fantasy. Sensation. Suicide, good lord. Oh god, please put swimsuit in your poem, you monster. I have to do 20 of these, really? Inferno! Oh, are they... Wait. Are they bopping every time I do the right one for the right girl? Achievement unlocked. Doki Doki Poetry Slam. Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. Okay. Fair enough. I don't think I did as well as I thought. Hi again, Thomas. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. I can't even stand up. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Thomas. Oh! You made a poem yourself there, Yodi. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Are you saying I have commitment issues? Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Ah, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Okay. That's okay. You certainly have a big mouth for somebody who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuke finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuke plops back in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Thomas always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Thank you, Sayori. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? Just stick your chest right at me. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Thomas can become good friends too. I literally have no frame of reference for having two women fighting over my attention. This is science fiction. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh! She's the Phoebe Dubuffet. Yuri even brought me something today, you know? Oh, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Knowing Japan has probably used panties. Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's not really. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to... That means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Oh yeah, it's an accident. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried up in a book. Excuse me? Only got 3 hours of sleep last night. I can't help but notice her intense expression as she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuke is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down on the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. Well, duh. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs now. Oh, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is we need that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. That's fair. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think the food will do the trick? Well, what kind? Oh, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Yeah, she'd love to slave over a fucking hot oven for 8 hours. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcake pancakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. She is so bizarre. Cupcakes it is, then. I'm hungry! Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my ass. Oh, letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it'd be like to see the world through her eyes. What? I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Oh, that sounds like such a good club. I am so down for that club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Yeah, I'm streaming weird Japanese games. What do you want from me? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. But I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. You can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out at all sides around here. You look like Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes. Ah! I run my fingertip down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this rat's nest. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. You don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sodi. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? What? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. This is what we call tough love, baby. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Of course, I should be trying to get the blazer off you. I've been playing too much Leisure Suit Larry. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it would be to have a friend who does these kind of things. Huh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. That's my nipple. The button might come off. Oopsie. Why is this one so hard to close? Yeah, I wonder why. I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. I just can't get it. Sorry, Sayori. Does this thing even fit you properly? I got boobs over the summer. It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? Means my boobs got bigger again. Say that out loud? Anyway, you look much better now, though, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayoti's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy! It's not worth it at all. She unbuttons her blazer. Phew! Had to let the girls free! That's so much better! Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. There's a lot wrong with that sentence, Sayori. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Oh, sorry, jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. Tuck me in if you have to. It's a deal. Hehe. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. Okay. You're doing it again, Sayori. Aw, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share our poems we wrote now? Yay! Thomas, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, I can't wait to read mine either. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? Can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Excuse me while I whip this out. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Monica's starting to... I'm getting a very Hermione Granger vibe from Monica. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? Like, is any doubt who I'm gonna try to hit up here? I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I wanted her to know I'm putting in effort. Plus she's the president of the club. Hi, Thomas. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Yes, Bikini Fridays. Don't be afraid to bring these up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Oh boy, don't worry, Thomas. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you would think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. I wrote the poem to impress you. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound a little like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different... Oh, I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It can take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Love me. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for somebody who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't always mean that I feel that way, though, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peered inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Okay, there it is. Sorry. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Besides, it sounds like you looked into a glory hole or something. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. You want me to move my hand? Thanks for listening. Sayori, I guess. Huh? Oh my goodness. This is so good, Thomas. Huh? I love it. I had no idea you're such a good writer. I get that a lot, actually. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. And that's my brain whenever I'm writing. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Thomas poem! And that makes it extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. Lucky sheet. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I won't break my promise. See? Like I said before, Thomas, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny it's just part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah! And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Let me get out my red marker. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel better, a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. You know, cranky. You're not you. Have a Snickers bar. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Yuri stares at the poem. I'm gonna pass this. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. Just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? Just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it through it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? Ugh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. She's embarrassed by her gigantic chest. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not that finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes in practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuke can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuke. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if the rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights have withstood the test of time. The last to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. You want me to flick you? I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. Yeah, okay. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. You know, it's 2020. They don't teach that shit. 2021, excuse me. They don't teach that shit in school anymore. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Uh-huh. It's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's the first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost theory? Mm-hmm. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Thomas. It's about a streetlight. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did it one glance. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in our last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think of that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Well, okay, I have to show it to everybody, so why not just... Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste? You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Let's do it on the bottom. Well, anyway, I just need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Was this a speaking spell? Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of the poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about a simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps me bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. I care about a certain age. Yes, I want everyone to be a certain age. But if Natsuke is feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Yeah, that age thing, that could be very big. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Whoops. And my awful reading abilities tonight. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yori and Natsuke. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuke's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yori smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuke dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks? Yours is cute? Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? This girl's starting to turn into the Joe Pesci of the group. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Thomas did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Fuck off. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Thomas liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh boy. Ow! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yori. Huh? That's not what I... Oh, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Oh boy. Cat fight. Maybe you're just jealous that Thomas appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How did you... And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh boy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Thomas started showing up. Ladies, please. That's okay. That's okay. That's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned toward me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Thomas, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? That meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Thomas. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Thomas? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be... Now that's interesting. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Thomas! Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Good lord. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! That's okay. Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems? They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, it's the new cock. We're not used to the new cock. Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Spectacular. Big and beautiful. Every time I think I'm making an off-color joke, the game's like, yeah, you thought so, motherfucker. Sayori? Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea with my giant tits. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. Oh, so this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I pussied out and went to Yori. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess it just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Like when I pose like this. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. And I throw up like Stan Marsh talking to Wendy Testaburger. Such a genuine person really does make a good president regardless of what she says. If only I can get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. Thomas, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Uh-huh. I think to myself, what a wonderful world this would be. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Thomas, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yori and Natsuke. Does that kind of thing happen often? No, not since the cock showed up. This is really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? Hate them? I love them! No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make such good friends with you. Phew! You know, Thomas, it's nice that I got to spend some time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Ugh. It sounds like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but I really want to get my tongue up her butt. Does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah, let's do this. Uh-oh, it's poem time. These are like the same words. Parfait. You know what everybody likes? Parfait. Sticky? Really? Wow. I'm really picking a lot for that one girl. And not the girl I should be picking it in for. I'm taking this race too seriously. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. Yeah, like you haven't been fucking dying to get here. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Thomas! Yo, Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a real simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No, thanks, you idiot! Huh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why is that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the desk. Only 2 small coins spill out. Oh, that's kind of like me. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. It's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option. I give up! Don't make me feel guilty! If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Boy, I'm a little sanctimonious. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as usual. As always, excuse me. Uh-huh. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Thomas to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Not gonna lie. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution? Retribution. Thank you, Yuri. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Oh, yes, mommy. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if I weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Yeah? Ow! What was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Did the cookie fairy show up? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. That's okay. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Don't fuck it. She only rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Did I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you the other one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Aw, yeah. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuka's cookie. Hey! Did you just seriously do that? Mm-hmm. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Huh? Natsuka glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. Jesus. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glanced at me. Hey, don't look at me, baby. Never mind that. What held you up, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played the music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something first, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Thomas. Bam! I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. Thanks. So did I miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining her anyway. Oh, god damn, excuse me. It looks like everyone is already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared in the closet. Thomas! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up. Me and Monica are gonna make some posters and stuff. So I guess I need to find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Ah, are you going with Thomas to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. It's so much more fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if we can find poster paper, too, okay? Okay! Ready, Thomas? Yep, let's go, you cock-blocking bitch. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind us. Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori! What exactly are we doing for the festival, anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. Nani? A performance? Of what kind? A poetry kind, you tits. Well, everyone's gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds kinda dull. Thomas! You're not thinking about this the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems. It's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem, like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, fleeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Take that! Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, okay, you know. I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. I don't think unordinary is a word. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited! The festival's gonna be so much fun! Sayori spins himself around in the hallway again. Thomas, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. Yes, Operation Panties Off. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. Yes, she's a succubus. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hole myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight for the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too! Even though we can't say that brand because copyright. They're kind of dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Oh, I dropped one by accident. Yeah? Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. Are you okay? Basta woof! My forehead! Sayori clutches her forehead. Geez, Sayori. It's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. I'm just gonna let that statement sit there. You have to move your hands, Sayori. It hurts! Let's do it for a second. Good lord, Sayori. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark in the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Sorry, I'm just staring at this girl on her knees in front of me. Nothing to see here. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Thomas! Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out in the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Really, it doesn't really matter since I'll be using an ice pack rather than a drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchase that one. In just a moment, I'm ready to return to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. It's not going to stay cold if you empty it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Oh, sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Thomas. This kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? And I'd get bumps, like, all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. You're a bit of a weirdo there, Sayori. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? I'm gonna think of it. Maybe I do remember a bit. That was before you grew tits, though. It erases my memory. I guess I was always so focused on my games I didn't pay enough attention to you. So in a way, it was my fault. It was my fault, rather. I used the accent on the wrong syllable. Kind of like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Thomas, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years, you're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right, Thomas. I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy! Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. It's called lust. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside, but when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I had it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the clubroom. I didn't even get the poster paper. Oh, you're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. She's fine. Don't worry about it. Hit her in the head. Didn't come anywhere near her brains. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead on the shelf. Well, anyway. Were you able to find everything we needed? I have it right. Huh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff! Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Ahaha! Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Thomas. Oh, well, Sayori. I feel like I come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure! yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too! Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. I need another drink. This is a lot of fucking reading. See, now I'm not so sure. I kind of like Yuri. Hi again, Thomas. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, it's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. Yeah, that's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuke are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them your share of time. Their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless... Load me. Okay. It's even more abstract than the last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Never said that. It's just the kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how the space, your words, can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines, really short, make it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll feel yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Wait, what? You never know when you might change your mind. I don't even know how to save. Or when something unexpected may happen. Oh, that's how I do it. Okay. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, Sayori. Hey, Uni. Thomas! I really love your poems. You've read one, Sayori. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. No, I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. Oh, you read this one already? Okay. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... No way! Not even Natsuke? Well, I guess Natsuke is the least likely to admit how much she feels about something. How much she likes something. Jesus. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Oh, bow. Bow, bow. Huh? Wow, 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 wow. Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So, yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Huh? I don't know if I understand. Ugh. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head, where her giant lump is. Hey! I'm not a kid, you know. You sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Thomas, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Nani? Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Snap? Pencil. My pencil. Sayori's down to pick up the piece she dropped. God. But being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me. I thought she was going to hit her head again. It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I pick up the broken pencil. To the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. So clumsy today. Sit down, Sayori, before you hurt yourself. Yeah. Grab Sayori's arm and the desk. Anyway, I haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. Sure, I'll like it. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. What? It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in the bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and the bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my little bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is an echo, 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 echo inside my head. Beat, 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 beat in my head. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect you to do it. I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly creepy, but maybe because I'm so used to being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is... I'm exhausted. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing's like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing till I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of being obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard to be pessimistic. Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Thomas. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry too much if it feels like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise, excuse me. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by a skittering of a raccoon outside my window. Holy shit, this is fucking creepy because I had a raccoon get, chew through my screen the other night at 3:30 in the morning. Wow. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed the strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, my urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto my newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. Wait, you feel yourself again, or you... Oh, I feed myself again. Okay. It was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is... Oh. Me. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Thomas? Baby, if you only knew. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad you're a good listener. Yeah, Yuri's my type of chick. I should totally be going for Yuri. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Huh? Phew what? Oh, well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Aha, glad to see somebody recognizes my expertise. I'm sorry, I'm looking, I was looking to see if I read that right. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me now it's like I completely missed the point. Come to think of it, that kind of reminds me of Coyote's poem from yesterday. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for that long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type. Whoa, Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Ugh, it was a little unnecessary. But I think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say that we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like this? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter. It could be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid to let people find out. They'd make fun of you and they'll think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yep. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make fun of make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuke has trouble finding words. I guess I shouldn't try to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure that she'd appreciate the message in her poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. Okay, Ben Shapiro. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today. If everyone can sit down at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something at the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets so we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us that we're actually going to be doing what we're going to actually be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing. Monica. Yeah, we're all going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. This sounds like a fucking disaster. Sayori's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been calling a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. It's just a terrible idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a few days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. Well, why do they have to recite their own poems? Can't they recite their favorite poems from other people? I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put in a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. Hey now! Finding new horizons, and having fun! That's right. And it's all those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share with others? Excuse me. To inspire them and to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is sitting in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent, plotting the death of Monica. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think if Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members, then the least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook and the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem that I think we already read. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Yeah, no shit. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. The poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! And it's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading her poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. Oh no, she hit puberty. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. It's supposed to be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that's really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like a soft life was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Yatta! Good job, Sayori. Even Thomas liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't even really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery didn't work so well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay! Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Thomas. It's not like I can compare with you guys anyway. Might as well let Thomas lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki, it's fine. Might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Oh, dear God. Hey, how you say that? Hi, baby, how you been? Might as well jump. Yuck. Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to a poem. Speaking of bouncing up and down, Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Oh, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want, I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I would think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you'll have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem to get enough practice for the festival. Whoa, get enough practice for the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Ah, jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine, too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. I've been working out. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Coyote and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Coyote? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Thomas, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Coyote once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Coyote is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Coyote! Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sarah fumbles with her words. It must be the concussion talking. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You kind of put me on the spot here. Well... But we walk home every day. Let's just save this before I make this decision. Alright. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Can I walk with both? Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I just wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Thomas. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted to, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will be happening in that time? Alright, we're going to call it now because I'm fucking tired. It's already late. So thank you for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. As always, we're going to probably do this tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. Just save that real quick. We're probably going to stream this again tomorrow, so it's a lot of reading, though. It's really rough on my voice. Anyway, Thomas10273 on Twitch and Twitter, MSD3KNJ on YouTube, and we'll come back to this. This is interesting. I don't understand this game though, like how they're like talking about it like being dangerous to people. So, okay. We'll continue this tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thank you for watching, everybody. Appreciate it as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace! That would have been a great outro if stupid... There it goes.